Back with us today is our girl, Tisha Campbell.
What's
Tisha,
up,
we
what's
love
up?
having you here.
Thank you.
Well, let's get right into this girl chat.
Oh, man.
Lord.
Rapper T.I. appeared on Red Table Talk this week to discuss comments that he made last week about checking his daughter's hymen. T.I. said he spoke from a place of truth, but he may have embellished some details. Take a look.
I think all of this surrounds a conversation that I was having in a very joking manner when asked, how do I deal with parenting in this day and age? And so I just began to, from a place of truth, I began to embellish and exaggerate. And I think that a lot of people kind of took it extremely literal, because if you put any of my reputation, like who I am as a father and who I've been, I honestly thought people knew me better than that.
Well, after the interview was aired, Deja's mother, Miss Nico, posted something on Instagram, and basically it was a message. It was a picture of her and her daughter, and she said, "Woo, child, the narcissism." So, ladies, what do you think about T.I.'s explanation? Does it make sense?
I think the whole panel stumped.
I know.
I can, excuse my voice, y'all. I can hear the audience go, no, 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 no. But why no?
Because it's wrong.
Yeah.
She's a young
They
lady.
really did that?
This is the thing. Old school hip hop has been degrading and trying to control women for years. That's the real about it.
Yeah.
We've been called bitches and hoes. We've been called no good. We've been made to feel ashamed to be sexual. And so this was a trigger to a lot of women when he did this. Now, I will say this about hip-hop. It is changing. We have artists like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, who talk about the vulnerability of love and the respect of women.
And the
so
equality.
it is, and equality
Yes.
and being sexual.
Yeah.
But first of all, with the most exams for young women don't start at under the age of 18. You only need to go to a gynecologist if there's a problem. Okay? Right. So that's the first thing.
Before 18.
Before 18.
Because I remember going
unless you're having sex. Unless you're having sex,
Right.
which she was not having sex, there was no need to make her go through. And you don't even supposed to have your first visit is just so you can be with the doctor and things like that. Yeah. And then if you're having sex, then you do that. But you don't even have a PAP exam at that age because there's no need to. So,
how old is Deja? How old is she?
She's 18
She's
now.
18 now.
I remember
Things that he
having
was
a cyst on my ovary, and I went to a gynecologist for the first time when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
But
did you have a pelvic exam? Did you have a PAP?
No.
Yeah.
No, you
That's
can't
what I'm
do
saying.
that.
Right.
But I don't know who to believe at this point, because first of all, let's talk about his daughter. I'm sure she was embarrassed, and maybe he was being a dad and going on another media outlet to say, hey, this is not how what I really do, but I guess just to put it out there, it's,
No,
I would have loved to personally, I would have loved to have her at the table if he was going to speak on it. It would have been nice to have her there, because we're all talking about it.
Still embarrassed,
We're all talking about it, and it's that issue. And when we had first talked about this, what I had meant to say is that T.I. has no right to inflict any control over his daughter's body. Period. Her body, her choice. And I understand his intention as a father. I don't support his actions. And what I see there is a father who's trying to find the right way in this crazy world, especially coming from a hip-hop culture, of what do I do to control? And that's the problem. You can't control your daughter. You can only educate and protect, but you can't control her body.
I agree with that. I think the best way you can bring up your daughter is be the best example that you possibly can be, right? Because kids, you can say whatever you want to say, but they're looking at you. So if you show her how to be respectful, you show her how to, educate her on how to respect her body and raise her up in a way that she's not going to settle for anything less.
I think, too,
right?
The education.
Education is huge.
Sex education is really, really huge, even if your child isn't, interacting. I remember as a child my mother just threw a book on a coffee table, just appeared out of nowhere. And you're like, what do I do? She never had a real conversation about, safety and all that other stuff.
But it's even more than that. It's scary because of the platform that he has. You don't want fathers thinking that that's okay.
Okay, right. But this is where, am I wrong?
Or just girls and not boys as well.
But this is where I think it's important for us as a community to be able to correct each other and redirect each other. Yeah. I remember when my mom was disciplining me back in my household, she whooped my butt. And she whooped my butt in a way that I thought was normal. But when you go to school and you hear from your parents how spanking is versus abuse, like mine was, it was abusive. But she didn't know. That's all that she did when she was growing up. And all she was taught when she was getting disciplined.
Right.
So when it was kind of brought out like in front of other people of different cultures, they were like, oh, you can't hit your daughter like that. And she was shamed because she didn't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
I think that because at that moment she looked at me, she said, I'm sorry, Gong, I will never hit you like that again. But you a bad girl. I got to figure out something to do with you. Well, but I'm just saying this is where we have that talk to
we
help
try to
dads.
learn. Yeah. Well, we asked if you think T.I. should stop talking about the situation with his daughter. Tristan said his daughter is grown now, so if he wants to continue to talk about it, he should have her sitting next to him, giving her side too.
You just made that.
Drea Gall said, definitely, he is embarrassing her. She already unfollowed him and blocked him. He needs to take the hint. I like that part. And Jasmine Lachey said he only talked about it twice. Once the first time and the second time to explain himself. Y'all acting like he been talking about it 5 times. Okay, Jasmine. I mean, this is the thing. I just think I just hope that everybody stops talking about it because I believe his daughter is embarrassed. She has taken down her Instagram account. Let's just...
And that includes us.
Yeah, let's just stop.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I agree with that.
Well, you guys, Ray J and Princess Love, they've been on our show, and right now they are caught in a he said, she said war on social media. It all started last week when Ray J posted a family photo at the BET Soul Train Awards, and Princess Love commented that she was stranded. Princess Love, she didn't stop there. She went on to say in a now deleted post on Instagram, this quote, wow, a man will have a whole wife, kid, and a baby on the way and start an argument with you just to go to his other hotel room to party with escorts and strippers. Dang, what's in the dark will always come to light. Then Ray J, of course, said this isn't true. Princess Love then did an Instagram live where she said she is just done with the relationship. They do have, a little girl and a baby on the way, and beautiful children. Now Ray J has deleted his entire Instagram. People believe it's because he was getting so much heat. This is a lot of drama, obviously. What do you guys think of all this?
Be careful who you have babies with. That's the thing. Look, when they was on their little reality show and he pushed her in that pool, I would have been done with his ass then. So y'all forget about that. A man, I don't care, reality show, Instagram, whatever. See, y'all get it twisted. With, that's still reality. We say it's a show, but it's still some type of reality and still supposed to be a point of respect. And he has been disrespecting her.
When did he push her in the pool? And why?
It was on the reality show, girl.
Why did he push her in the pool?
He was mad at her. I don't know. Who pushes a woman in a pool like that?
It doesn't matter. You should never lay hands.
I'm just asking, why. This is my thing. Why can't we get to the point where we handle this stuff behind the scenes? Why does everything have to be all out in the open like that? Like, honestly,
because
this
that's
stuff...
the way to hurt somebody, Tim.
I know, but that to me is is immature, and you have to think you have kids, and what's online is gonna stay online.
believe that
And
too.
now
And the
you
kid
in
is
their
gonna see
business,
it.
I'm in their business, we're talking about it, everybody's in their business. Some things you just, I don't wanna know this. Y'all figure it out.
But that's
we do
Figure it
that.
out for the future.
We do live in a time.
Like, this is real life.
Okay, but when,
Family,
yes,
kids.
totally.
But-
No, I agree.
Go ahead.
But when somebody takes that course of action and speaks out on it, is it a silent cry for help and a silent cry for attention because you don't
You
have
got
the power
parents.
or you haven't made the choice to do it yourself? It's almost like, yeah, no, totally. But I feel like when it's an assumption. Okay, I'm assuming, but I'm just asking. When, say I'm having, problems at home with my spouse,
Yeah.
and I stay all closed-minded, and I come up here and I smile and all that, you guys would know. But if I leaked a little something to you, if I said a little something to you, I know what I'm telling you, and I know how dark it is.
Yeah, but on her point, we live in a time and space where, you can go on live and air out all of your personal
laundry,
business,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I read the Madame Narwa blog, and on that blog, they described him as a narcissist and that he was publicly gaslighting her.
Ray J.
Yeah, psychologically trying to get at her.
Yeah, and using words like "it's crazy" or "it's," and gaslighting is a real thing for control.
Narcissists, yes.
And so you don't really know what is happening to her or behind the scenes or with him, but for me, I'm such a private person. Like, I've even been accused of using social media as a form to get stuff out. Now, most people, you guys don't know this, but a lot of media what do you call it? Outlets.
Yeah.
A lot of media outlets have offices set up in the courtrooms so that as soon as something happens, it goes straight to them.
Yes.
And you will get the news 1 or 2 days later. And so when you have something that's public record, like, say, a divorce,
Yeah.
as soon as whatever is said in those public records, someone will take that,
Yep.
do some journalism on it, or they put their opinion on it, and then it's out there, and it looks like you said this to them, or you said that to them.
Yeah.
And so I'm all for utilizing social media, but there has to be a place where, and I'm not shaming her because I don't know what she's going through or him, but there has to be a moment in time where you just do it.
Just stop.
I know.
Privately.
But she's also 8 months pregnant.
But she's
and she's very emotional.
Okay.
That doesn't seem like
And
she
your
has the support.
hormones
Your
can make
hormones
you do
that
crazy
too.
will take
things.
over and
Yes.
do certain
That
things.
too.
But the message, again, I would like to give to young ladies, be careful who you make a seed with.
Of course.
Because,
Yes.
you look at
need a life.
their past,
Yes, ma'am.
look
We
at
need a
their
life into
history,
this.
and we wish them the best. We're going to
I
stop
hope
talking
you-
about them, too.
Yes.